Hello, parents.
This is Ms. Mason, and I am a science teacher at Lawson Middle School. I'm looking forward to an awesome school year, and I just wanted to introduce myself. And this is Brutus, African gray parrot, whom I adopted about 20 years ago. He's 24 years old. My educational background includes a bachelor's degree in zoology from the University of Georgia and a master's degree in forensic science from the University of Florida. I also studied veterinary medicine for 3 years at the University of Florida's College of Veterinary Medicine. I originally was planning on being a horse vet, but I love the creativity and the interaction that teaching provides. I love working with students, so I decided that veterinary medicine was not for me and teaching is. So I have 15 years of teaching experience, predominantly at the high school level, where I taught classes from AP biology to freshman biology. And I do have some years experience of working in middle school, teaching science. Some of my personal interests include painting, horseback riding, and hiking. I'm a huge nature nerd, so I'm glad to be here, and I look forward to an awesome year. Even though it's going to have some challenges, it'll be a lot of fun. I really feel like it's very important in science to showcase creativity and critical thinking, because science is one of the most creative fields there is. So in my classes, we will incorporate a lot of creative challenges through engineering design. So students will be working as engineering designers in engineering teams, and they will be solving scientific problems by creating original solutions. And they will present those solutions in the form of three-dimensional prototypes. I like to incorporate a lot of project-based learning and engineering design challenges in my instruction. I will be providing students with an engineering challenge, and they will work in engineering design teams to develop an original solution to a scientific problem. In distance learning, I still want to incorporate a lot of collaboration and as much engineering design as possible. In Google Classroom, every Monday, I have the week's worth of work. So the assignments are listed by the week. There will be daily YouTube lessons that students will watch and answer questions. So there's like an interactive video, and it's really to simulate live instruction. The YouTube videos are really the lectures for the class. So in science, we will still be using the engineering design process and the scientific method, even though we're doing distance learning. And I have provided weekly challenges for the students. So every week, they will have an engineering design challenge. And usually it's a collaborative project, so the students will work in engineering teams. The exception to that was this first week when the students worked individually on their paper plane projects. But we will be, every week, I will provide a weekly challenge. It will be assigned on Monday, and the students will have the whole week to work on it. It'll be due that Friday. And it will be either engineering challenge, an experiment that they have to make, or a large-scale project that relates to the topic we're studying in science. And those projects will be posted on Seesaw. They will incorporate a lot of videos. Since we don't have as much personal interaction, I mean, the distance learning is very distant and impersonal sometimes, so I think the videos make it a little more personalized to communication with parents. I feel it's very, very important to hear feedback immediately, if you have any questions, concerns, please send me an email. I try to respond as soon as possible, or if you want to set up a video conference, please. Instruction that is just a way of making science more relevant for the students, more interactive, and it involves really using the of just factual information to a more student-centered, interactive learning experience where the students actually are part of the scientific process and engineering design process. I'm following the NGSS standards in the class, and the quote-unquote hard copy, the physical notebook they have. In that notebook, they will include their design challenges, so what we do in the live instruction, 5-minute design challenge for each meeting we have, and also any visuals that relate to their projects. So diagrams, drawings, designs, any brainstorming ideas. It's really like their engineering design journal. So that's the visual journal, that or an essay. So anytime it's basically text-based, it would go in the digital notebook. Anytime it's more visual, it would go in the visual journal. So in 6th grade science, we're talking about earth-space science and environmental science. So some of the engineering projects that we will incorporate in 6th grade science are developing a moon colony, creating a small-scale solar system, creating NASA videos, designing the next SpaceX rocket, developing a seismograph, designing a dam and a landfill, developing a solar-powered s'mores oven, designing an earthquake-proof house, creating an invention to protect or help an endangered species, and an environmental engineering project. In these projects, the students have to think creatively, they have to think critically, they have to collaborate with their engineering design teams, and they have to communicate the results. They have to talk about their inventions. So I will include we'll simulate a Shark Tank show, and students will act as CEOs of companies that they own and present their newest invention to a group of sharks. And the sharks will be the rest of the class. So their classmates will act as investors and decide which company they want to invest their money in. So in this process, we're going to learn about business skills. In science class, students will be using engineering design process and learning about entrepreneurship. I'm going to treat them as if they are already CEOs of their own business. And so they will work in engineering teams, and they will be challenged to create inventions and design solutions to scientific problems. I really like to use creativity and critical thinking in my class, so students will be treated as if they are already CEOs and they have their own companies, and they present their inventions to their classmates in the form of like a Shark Tank show. So I incorporate a lot of entrepreneurship skills, so business marketing, sales. In my classes, I try to incorporate skills that are valuable in life, like regardless of whether or not your student goes study science or medicine or engineering. So just learning how to communicate, some entrepreneurship skills, leadership skills, learning how to sell and market products. I feel like they're very important skills to learn in life. And I feel there's no other subject more important than science to incorporate those skills in. So that is my challenge, and that's really what I like to do so that really is how I like to teach. So really I teach, my method of teaching is generally project-based learning and incorporating engineering design challenges and entrepreneurship skills.